Spider-Man! Here we are in Insomniac's Spider-Man, and we're going over some general tips and tricks to be the ultimate web slinger for this ultimate character. So basically in the game there's a lot of different ways to play. It's the Spider-Man you sort of know, but yeah, things have changed. He's a more confident character, and he has a lot of abilities that we can use. So first off, a big part of this game is actually just exploration. There are things hidden throughout the city, such as backpacks or radio towers, and these are actually very important things. They're part of how you actually upgrade your character. You see the backpack there, we're going to talk about that in a sec. So in the game, there are a lot of different upgrades that you can get for your suits, and they're called suit mods, and you get them by completing crimes or taking photos at landmarks, or even capturing the backpacks, and you get tokens for doing so, and they help you upgrade things. You can also unlock new gadgets with them too, so they're kind of important, and it helps build the game out a little bit more and add purpose to the side missions that you can take part in when you're doing things. Skills are also important. I've been working up the defender list. I suggest doing the same, as it'll allow you to perform in combat more fluidly and finish missions faster. Another big part of the game is the combat. Like I had mentioned just 2 seconds ago, fighting is important. So it's good that you learn the controls and the different kinds of moves that you can pull off, and we're going to go into that a bit more when we actually go and face off against people. So with collecting, there are radio towers over the map. I've collected all of them, but they're these blinking things. You naturally kind of get them in the story. You want to unlock each of the areas because you're able to see where you're going better and see all the different things going on. At any point you have a spider sense, which is the right sort of stick, and that will help you see things going on, find crimes, and everything like that. So backpacks, I was going to mention, a good way to see them if you can't find them in an area is to use the sense, and it actually will highlight the backpack for you. Go up to it, press triangle, and it'll give you a nice token and a little bit of a collectible, as to say. So we're going to go over traversal as we pick a location to go and deal with a crime thug. We'll find them on the way. So generally swinging, you need a building to swing. You can go up really high, and then you can dive with the left stick, and then you can swing and you get more power and you actually go faster. So you get these dynamic events happening everywhere, and they're just little crime activities that Spider-Man can jump into. We'll talk about traversal more in a sec. We want to go over combat. So with combat, we've got a couple of different character enemies that we're dealing with. You've got spider sense that will tell you where they are. The best thing you can do is to swing objects. So you hold both of the bumpers on objects when it's safe, and you're able to use them against thugs and enemies. Generally, combat is a mix of, triangle and square, while dodging when the meter is going. I'm trying to show things off here. I'm getting attacked by stuff. You'll want to focus on the guys with the guns first. They're the most deadly, aside from these thugs that are only able to be taken down by webbing. So the webbing makes them vulnerable so that you can hit them. They're deadly characters, stuff like that. You also have a battle focus that you can unlock by clicking in both the sticks. It kind of sends Spider-Man into an overdrive mode, and then he's able to sort of annihilate guys better. Did I really get that guy on the wall that was fast? Another great ability that I found is that when you're aerial, you can actually grab an object just like that and throw it against characters. So again, jump up, grab it, and it's an easier way to throw an object without having to twirl it around while being on the ground. But obviously when you upgrade your abilities, you're able to deal more damage. Swinging and throwing objects against enemies is a great way to break things up, but another important element of combat is to keep enemies fluid by juggling them. So you hold the square, and that way you're able to juggle them, and you can tap that again, and then you're able to fight with them while they are airborne. A great way to fight and keep yourself safe, because a lot of the damage happens when your character is on the ground taking fire from guns, mystical sticks, or any other sort of wild creature they throw at you. The more you're airborne, the less you're likely to get hit by something, because there's not a lot of foes that deal with this kind of thing. So we've got enemies here. There are stealth elements too, but we'll go over that later. Another really tough enemy is the melee one, because you can't generally just hit them. So the easiest way to deal with them is to focus on them first, keep juggling them airborne, and then take them out. Next up is gun guys. If you're ever getting shot, a good thing you can do is use RB to shoot your weapon. You have so much of it in the top right corner of the screen. You can see there, and it does recharge. The whipping basically prevents them from causing damage to you. See how he's blocking my hits because he has a melee weapon. There's also the finisher that you unlock when your focus bar is full, and then you're able to easily just cap somebody off, no problem. Your focus bar is also good because you're able to click down and heal yourself when the bar loads up. Hello there, person. How are you doing today? So yeah, Spidey's got some neat moves. A lot of it is hopping around, kind of dodging. We're gonna play with this guy a bit. Oh, never mind. He's just down. I'm too tough. Oh no, he's good. Okay. So yeah, you can kind of chain moves together, and it's just best to learn some of the more sporadic ones. And that way you're able to actually combo things and cause more damage. Again, I find these objects, throwing them, very powerful. I think we'll do stealth a bit more once we come into the next crime person that we come across. Just want to save people, you know. Landmarks are right here. You kind of go over the photo of them. Sorry, I got everything off on my map here. We're going to toggle them all on. You can toggle different things. So yeah, the landmarks, you take a photo there and you get a landmark token, which will help upgrade Spidey. You go into a camera mode and you do that. But you'll discover that when you're actually playing the game. We're going to continue swinging along. A nice move for traversal, aside from regular swinging, is tapping both of the back, and then you're actually able to land on things. That's just the base of it. Next is tapping and pressing X really fast, and it actually makes you speed up. And again, tapping that, tapping X, and it gets you going quicker, so you've got a faster speed to your swing. You can, of course, just run on the ground too if you'd like. I mean, Spider-Man can do anything you'd like in this one, which is nice. And then we can crawl on the wall. You just go up against it regularly and you crawl, or you hold the back trigger and you're able to run up the building really fast, which is nice. There's also, kind of as you've been seeing, a ledge option where you can just tap the two back triggers and then you land on objects such as a ledge. And you can just launch off it, or you can kind of hold. If you're not near it, you can hold the stick in, the left stick in, and your character will go into a crouched position so that you can move. It's kind of nice. So that's kind of the main movement systems in the game. You can chain it together. And as you get more comfortable moving through the city, you'll be able to chain your traversal better. And do all kinds of cool moves. The character is just so fluid in his style. It's just awesome. And again, the focus is definitely on getting tokens and leveling up, especially if you're having a hard time fighting. But the fighting sort of feels natural. Some of the characters can be tough, so you gotta watch out for it. It's not a super easy Spider-Man game. It'll give you a good, tough challenge, which is great. Yeah, if you're trying to move faster, I definitely suggest, moving through the tall buildings. If you do find yourself in a lower area, you're not going to be able to swing as well. Cool, so we might try a little bit more of a stealth approach. I don't know how good that's going to be here, because usually you get to a higher ground and then you're able to do like swing attacks and everything like that. Spider-Man doesn't need to necessarily jump in there and just fight people head on. He has options.
Looks like we've got some doorbusters.
Yeah, and you can hold you can hold LB if you have different web impact things, kind of insta kill them. It's like the death mode. But you can hold the left trigger in and you can tap RB and it'll shoot a little web that will draw the attention of others. See, and then they'll sort of be distracted. It's not a very great spot for showing off the stealth because I'm not very elevated, but you get the point of it. It kind of moves them around. And then if you get behind somebody, you can tap square and then you can instantly knock them out, or you can do a web strike attack, which is very powerful. Hopefully they don't see me. Try to distract them over there. We'll try the impact one so you can see what that does. and it just kind of instantly downs them, or well, knocks the poor guys out, if you get what I'm saying. Show that again right there. See, he's done. They're very limited, but you know, very powerful. And then it's just mainly combat is about chaining together, moving around, and understanding what kind of characters you're up against, and juggling them and watching your health. Okay, so now we can show that health aspect off in motion. I've been hit a little bit. Ow, I'm hurting. Spider-Man's not good. Oh, and you see how that little bar below my health is filling up. That's kind of my focus. I can click down, and then you can see how that heals my character up. And you gain that just by sort of battling away here. But yeah, Spidey's not super tough. You can level him up and everything like that, but he's still not a perfectly tough character. And there are lots of little smaller details to the combat too. We'll try to go like that, and then you can kind of pull characters in. And obviously you can get better chains the more you level too, right? Keeping them up in the air is the best way to take care of them fast. Obviously shield guys, you need to get behind them. Jeez, this guy's tough. I think Spider-Man would have less problems. And you can kind of aim too. You see that? It sort of highlights them of who you want to throw the particular object to. I think that works quite well. And you can also go to a photo mode sort of any point you want just by clicking up. That guy is tough. Wow, good on him. Really sticking it to Spider-Man. I did not expect that. And then you can generally just tap X2 when you're swinging, and it makes you move sort of in a direction really fast. It's like a strike. We're not going to do the mission right now. I thought these might be helpful little tips to get you going. Obviously I was hoping for some more advanced type of enemies to showcase things, but it covers the basics and what you're supposed to do. Find those collectibles if you're having trouble. It'll level your Spider-Man character up. Movement becomes more natural the further and longer you play the game, obviously. And it becomes a little bit better as you gain new abilities. The Spider-Man is aesthetically incredible as far as like the movement and the body fluidity. And it's just crazy watching the character move through, and they give you all the perfect kind of methods, you know, to deal with the character and combine him by hitting the environment and keeping that momentum going. There's also different types of areas you can go to. There's not just regular, you know, crimes going around. There are these sort of hideouts that are tougher bases that we could go and tackle. Alright, so we're doing a Fisk hideout because I thought that would be better for showing off various mechanics. So you click in the spider sense and you can kind of get a highlight of what you're dealing with in the area. And we're able to do stealth a little bit more because we do have some points of elevation. Spider-Man can easily move between the sections, and you'll see the characters, the enemies, they have sort of a highlight around them. When it's danger, that means if you make a move on them, it's going to alert other enemies. And if you're trying to play it stealthy, that's not a good thing, right? So we got to wait till either he's in a safe spot, or we can take him out right now using the whip strike, which is kind of an instant takedown. And we're just going to kind of play this, move a little bit lower, and see, he's down. We're able to easily come back up. No big deal. Nobody notices he's gone. We're going to work towards this guy. There's also, you know, seeing the square there for a perch takedown. And you're able to whip them up. Obviously, you should wait till it's safe. But that's kind of the stealth aspects of that. Now we're able to get a larger group going. So this is more dangerous. Always be moving around. Never stand still. Focus on the guys with the guns. And when possible, use this and throw it at people. Don't forget your battle surge. Makes you a lot tougher. Sometimes they'll throw grenades at you. Be careful of those. Try to throw them back if you can. And just unleash as Spider-Man. It's a lot of fun seeing this kind of combat move, the way he interacts with the environment. You'll never be sure what kind of objects you can sort of smash enemies into or pull down and hit people with. You can also go against the wall and then jump down and hit people. That is a dodge and then a square attack. yeah, there's just a lot of different ways to do it. Mix up what you're doing and find what works well for you when you're attacking, and keep that focus bar going, because that is a lot of where the toughness comes from. Obviously they're shielded enemies, and then you're able to move between their legs and attack them. A lot of it is gone through in the tutorial, but I wanted to really refine some of the key points to keep your Spider-Man character healthy, going fast, and some key points right there. The slide. Oh crap. Ugh. Nice, right? I would save my takedowns, my ultimate ones, for the shield guys, because they're a little bit tougher to deal with, or the people that have a melee weapon, because they can be a little bit difficult to deal with. And just really chain your abilities. I mean, it's such a fluid combat once you get used to it. Ow! Not cool, guys. I don't like that stun. With the stun, when you're getting attacked, I find it's best just to click the circle in for the dodges. That way you're not getting attacked when you're not able to see what's happening and defend yourself properly. Oh, it's Yuri. I wonder how she's doing. Huzzah! We're going to show off the environment a little bit. You can take this down. If I can get that going there, and you can take out enemies with it, which is cool. But yeah, just monitor your health, keep the action going, and switch between guys. Don't focus on one, because if you do, you know you're going to more likely die. And try to juggle them in the air too if you're having problems. Notice I'd probably have a little bit more health if I was focused more on aerial combat. And if you can dodge between the legs, you know, that's a good method too. And I hope this helps. If you have other questions about the game and movement and stuff, let me know.